Howdy folks, and welcome back to another episode of Random Acts of Violence with the Mighty Jingles. Unlike The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, these are games that I actually played, so naturally they're not quite as good as the games that you see in The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. Of course, the flip side to that is that they're not quite as bad as some of the games that you see in The Good, the Bad and the Ugly as well, so, you know, there's always that. I'm in my E100 again, platoon with Quickie Baby and Ike. Quickie Baby also in his E100, Ike, as always, in his ever-reliable T110E5. And it's the Kharkov map, and I think this is only the second time I have ever played on this map. I really like this map. I keep seeing it in other people's replays, and it looks fantastic. And on the one other occasion where I've actually managed to get this map to come up, I have enjoyed it, but it just does not appear to be coming up in the rotation for me. As usual, I am not using premium ammunition in my E100. I am aware that most E100 drivers that you come across just spam high explosive anti-tank ammunition as if there was some kind of sale on it, but I have seen some amazing replays from people using nothing but high explosive, even though I'm not using any, and regular armour-piercing ammunition with this tank. So I have resolved to do better, and the only way to do better is to not use premium ammo. I do have 10 rounds loaded, but they've had, well, it's the same 10 rounds of heat that's been loaded in this tank for the last 3 or 4 months. I have never used any, and I'm doing alright. I've had games where I've done nearly 6,000 damage in this tank, just firing your standard, credit purchased, lousy 235mm penetration, 150mm armour-piercing ammunition. It works. You just have to be more careful about where you're placing your shots, instead of trying to buy your way out of trouble by spamming heat at everything. I'm not saying that there isn't a time and a place when you should, and probably are going to want, to fire high explosive anti-tank ammo, but you don't have to be firing it every time you pull the trigger. And so far I've never really come across a situation in the E100, since I started trying to learn how to drive this thing without spending gold every time I pull the trigger. I've yet to come across a situation where I really need to be using it. And I'm positive it's making me a better E100 driver. One thing it's not doing is improving my navigating around Kharkov. I was basically heading for the thickest cluster of enemy tanks, and fortunately a real choke point there, and far too many friendly tanks getting in each other's way. So instead, Quickie Baby up to the north looks like he's in trouble, so I'm going to come round and support him. And generally speaking, when you're platooned up, you can't really do wrong backing up your platoon mates. And there you go. An angled E50. Just hit him in the right spot. Even 235mm of penetration is enough to give him serious problems. The other pain in the arse about constantly using heat ammo with this gun is that when you find yourself taking shots like this, you're just throwing money away. Side of a Centurion 7.1 does not need high explosive anti-tank ammo, and this thing takes so long to reload that if you're juggling between the two types of ammunition, it's often a case of, screw it, I've just got to spend the money and take the shot because I don't have time to switch ammunition types. Now this is where things start getting interesting. I'm going for that Centurion 7.1, and that's when I spot the Waffenträger 4 on my flank, so I have to go for it. I cannot sit here and let him shoot in my flank. I go over the edge, and plot twist. So, first things first, an unexpected E75. That just made things a hell of a lot more complicated. Also, I just took a hit from the right flank. There are no enemy tanks over there. The hell's going on? Let's just rewind the clock and see exactly what the hell is going on here. That is a friendly Leopard prototype. And it was a genuine mistake because he was trying to hit the Waffenträger and I just blundered into his way. Oh well, accidents happen. But now I have an unexpected E75 to deal with. But I'm going to get the Centurion. Can't possibly miss from here. And me and my big mouth. But there's plenty of backup coming. Quickie Baby's recognised that I'm going full-on hero mode. The E75, by the way, is firing premium ammunition exclusively. Can't really blame him. I am in an E100 after all, and he was also aiming for the right spots, but planted my second shot right into his commander's hatch, and I only needed to penetrate him once. He was aiming for my turret ring. Now the turret ring on the E100 is 250mm thick. It's exactly the same thickness as the front of the turret, but The turret ring, unlike the turret front, isn't sloped. So the E75 driver knew exactly what he was doing. He was aiming for exactly the right spot and he was using the right kind of ammunition. Standard ammunition with the E75's 128mm gun has 246mm of penetration, so even at point blank range he was only going to penetrate my turret ring half the time, which is why he used APCR. Can't really fault him for it. And it's almost as if the fight just completely went out of the enemy team at this point. They were only losing 4-6, now it's 4-8. They just keep dying, but look at the map. They're completely surrounded. They're all in the same part of the town. They've got tanks coming at them from in front and behind. And they've all got something else in common. They're all further away from me than anybody else on my team. I'm in an E100. And I'm having to climb uphill to try to get into the last bit of this fight. There's only 3 of them left. Oh, God. They're all going to be dead before I get anywhere near them. Another one's just gone down. There's only 2 of them left. Waffenträger and a Batchat. You can see them on the map there. Look at this. They've got no chance whatsoever. The Batchat's bugging out. The Waffenträger is surrounded and out of friends. I'm trying to angle up for a shot at the Waffenträger, but Quickie Baby knows the map better than I do. And there we go. He takes the kill. I figure, screw it. I'll just farm some loser points. Drive into the cap circle while they're chasing the Batchat down. We're never going to catch the Batchat. He disappeared and... oh! Plot twist! Yes! Thank you! Probably coming back to try to get some base defense points, and suddenly an E100. Next up, we've got an M103 platoon. Again, it's me, Quickie Baby, and Ike. We're in Rutenberg on fire. It's a tier 9 maximum game. We're top tier tanks. M103 is a very, very good tank. Its biggest drawback is probably its low ammunition capacity. It only carries 33 rounds of ammunition. It's very easy to run out if you get yourself into a protracted game in this thing. The gun is very, very good though. It's the same gun that you get in the T110E5. 258mm of penetration with standard armor piercing ammunition. You really don't need to be using high explosive anti-tank ammo with this thing. Accuracy is a little suspect though. It's 0.37 as opposed to 0.35 with the same gun on the T110E5. And yet I don't really find the thing to be inaccurate. I tend to hit what I'm aiming at with this gun most of the time. We're being hyper aggressive here, by the way. There we go. I'm not going to hang around. They've all fired, most of them have fired already. We do take a couple of hits getting across, but now we're exactly where we want to be. And this gun reloads very, very quickly. Side scrape in the corner, taking all those shots in my tracks. You can side scrape effectively in the M103, but you have to be very, very careful. The side armour is terrible. It's not like you're driving an E100 or anything. If you angle it a fraction too much, they'll just penetrate your side. Took a hit there. Didn't back off enough before I started turning around. I think it was the KV-4 who hit me. Doesn't matter. Quickie Baby, side scraping here against the Conqueror. We're going to switch sides, keep them guessing. I'm pushing. I know the Conqueror's just fired, so I push up. He sees me coming, he turns, angles his armour, his tracks eat it. But now there's 3 of us piling fire into him. Come around for another shot. Yep, get him that time, but I bounced a shot from the STI down in the middle of the road. There's a T-34 who was trying to run away. Quickie Baby finished him off. Aim carefully with my next shot. Again, it bounces. Aiming for the lower glacis of the STI. He's almost hull down, but not quite. I think, screw it, I'll leave him to the IS-7. Start backing off. My spider sensor's tingling. I can feel artillery incoming. There it is. Artillery blows my tracks off, does no damage. Always nice when that happens. Anyway, get the tracks back up, switch sides again, keep them guessing. IS-7's busy dealing with the STI. Plenty more targets around this side. Quickie Baby and Ike. Ike basically needs the help. Now, I didn't actually see this T-69 coming up behind me. I'd actually switched to external camera view for a better idea of what it was that just knocked me aside there. Unfortunately, it cost the T-69 a lot of health. But I've managed to get back into position. Ike's dug in on this road. He's been sitting here for the last couple of minutes. Myself and Quickie Baby both working the corner against these guys here. They're hitting my tracks again and again and again. I'm not actually taking any damage. Unfortunately, that 4502B is also side-scraping very, very well. Quickie Baby behind me is going for shots at the KV-4 instead. I'm wasting my time firing at the 4502B, angled like that. Oh, unless he gives me the side of his turret, that's more like it. Well, he obviously got sick of just blowing my tracks off over and over and over. Unfortunately for him, he got distracted, gave me a shot at the turret side. This is looking like a bit of a rout. They've only managed to kill 2 of our tanks. I'm going to go around, try and get some side shots. The M103 is almost like driving a big medium tank. It's definitely got frontal heavy tank armour. And, oh, hello Mr. STI, and your gun's pointing the other way. Oh, there we go. Ah. Take the return fire on the turret cheek. And he's not hull down this time. Right, how'd you like them apples? He's just fired. And we've got him. This really is a fantastic gun. 258mm of penetration with 400 average damage and a good rate of fire. And a lot of people will make the argument that you don't need to unlock this gun on the M103, and they're right, you don't need to. When you get the T110E5, it comes with this gun, so it basically unlocks it for free on the M103, but grinding out the XP that you need for a tier 10 heavy tank without using this gun on the M103, I wouldn't recommend it. It's inarguably more efficient to just grind straight to the T110E5 without unlocking this gun on the way. It's no fun though. Final replay of the day. It's a fun game. It's a KV2 platoon. It's me, Ike, and Quickie Baby. It's playing on Quickie Baby's live stream. This is one of the last games that I played before heading off to Gamescom. And it is a tier 8 match. But, well, after yesterday's The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, watching Macus Flash just completely own face in a tier 10 match in a KV2 troll platoon, I don't think anybody's going to have any sympathy for KV2s anymore when they merely find themselves in a tier 8 match. And the KV2 can look after itself in a tier 8 game. 152mm of high explosive is one hell of an equaliser, especially if all 3 of you stick together and concentrate your fire at the same targets. We're heading around the island peninsula out on the west here, and we're not going alone. We have... oh, took a hit there. Sneaky Panther. Managed to put one into me. Luckily it's only a Panther. They don't do a lot of damage. We're not going around here alone, of course. One of our tier 8 heavies is with us. So he's going to be the anvil, and we're going to be the hammer. It's important you stick together. Well, it's important you stick together when you're in a platoon anyway, but you're in a KV2 platoon in a tier 8 match. It's even more important. You've got to all shoot at the same target at the same time and just stun them. Beat them into oblivion with your 152mm high explosive shells. And the first target that we're going to run into when we come around the side here is going to be a Tiger P, tier 7 heavy. Lots and lots of frontal armour. And if he doesn't give us any side shots, well, on the plus side there are 4 of us here, including a lurver. So I go around the side, and Ike and Quickie Baby line up their shots, waiting for him to come around. And 1, 2, and 1 from me as well. This poor guy didn't know whether to shit or go blind. 1 from the lurver, 1 from Ike, 1 from Quickie Baby, and 1 from me. And he's thinking, what the hell just happened? And then the lurver pops out and finishes him off. The lurver driver was actually pretty good in this game. He was a good guy to have with us. So, first victim claimed, and we push up. Now, did he have any backup with him? Oh, there's a KV-1S. Oh, well, it's only a KV-1S. Now, clearly I didn't sacrifice enough dissidence to Stalin with that one. My shot went nowhere near. But then again, his shot missed me too, so it's all good. Now, Quickie Baby takes one from the KV-1S, and he could push over the ridge, there it is, and finish him with his next shot, but it's not the KV-1S he needs to be worrying about in this sort of situation. It's the guys who may be behind him. So he backs up, he lets the lurver and Ike go around, KV-1S takes 2 hits, comes forward, Quickie Baby finishes him off. No return fire hitting the tanks that went in front of him, which means that there probably isn't anybody up on the ridge behind the KV-1S, so we continue pushing around. We know there's an ISU-152. Oh, there he is. Right. The troll cannon. We must be cautious. Now he fires, hits the Lerva, and does less than 400 damage. He only has a 122mm gun. I put one into him. I put one into him. I eat his return shot with my tracks. Quickie Baby. And finishes him off. So, Stalin was definitely looking after me today. And, oh, there's the Panther. And that's the guy who had the cheek to put a shot into me right at the start of the game, so I really want to shoot this fella. Flank seems okay. Oh, no, again, the Lerva takes another shot for us. It looked like that T-25-2 all the way over there. But he doesn't have shots at us. Move up, try to get the gun down. Going for a side shot on the Panther. He's seen the threat, he turns, he manages to get his frontal armour towards me. Eats most of the damage. Damn it. Well, he's safe for the moment, but Ike and Quickie Baby are to my right, aiming in. Ike is actually aiming at an SU-152, and they exchange shots. Ike eats one, his return shot kills the SU-152. Quickie Babies, don't worry about the Panther, I got this, and boom, headshot. Amarak detonation, pops his turret like a champagne cork. So that was nice. Now, that T-25-2, and there's a Rheinmetall Borsig down there as well. Now, I'd like to take a shot at the Rheinmetall Borsig, but I don't really have much of an opportunity to hit him, so instead, I aim in at the T-25-2 and almost finish him off. Carry on forward. Ike has been waiting patiently behind me, waiting for me to get out of the way so he can come up, and he aims in at the T-25-2, sacrifices a dissident to Stalin, fires, and Amaraks him as well. Not that he needed to, the guy had less than 100 health left. So, now KV-2's approaching the cap circle. We're in their cap. They're almost in our cap. And the scores are fairly even, this could go either way. I spot artillery, I don't have much of a shot. I fire, trying to loft a shot over the tracks and into him. Had almost no chance of hitting. Being spotted by that ELC, however. And he's not a bad player. So, they know that we're coming. We're capping, they're capping. I have to kill the artillery. We are never going to be able to cap and win with our artillery still in play. I have almost no shot here. Take a hit in the side from a T-34. Come on, yes, got him. Right, I cannot afford to take another hit. None of us. All 3 KV-2s are now rushing into the cap circle. The enemy team also have tanks in the cap circle, and they're killing anybody on our team who's rushing back to try to reset. Both teams are capping. If any of us take one more hit from the ELC or that T-34, they will reset the cap, they'll win. We cannot afford to take any more hits, and it's going to be really, really close. Come on, come on, there's the T-34, come on, don't hit me, we've capped. But the clock's still ticking, and shit, they've capped as well, it's a draw. God damn it, so close. Plot twist! Victory! Unbelievable. We did it. We managed to cap. There must have been a fraction of a second in it, but KV-2 platoon victorious. We're in your base, capping your flag. And all except for the Lerva, who played a good game. KV-2s, bottom tier tanks, 3 out of the top 4 on damage and experience. Strong tank, made in Soviet Russia. Best tank in the world. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, take care on that battlefield, and I'll catch you next time.